how to navigate giving and not be taken advantage of. Now, I've gotten some questions about people supporting other adults and trying to find a good balance in being able to give from a pure place and a pure heart, but not be taken advantage of when other people are able to work, able-bodied, have no limitations, but they choose not to work and they're choosing to get from that other person. Now, giving is a spiritual gift. Giving is an actual spiritual gift. When you're giving, you truly have to have the right heart posture, so that way your giving is in righteousness rather than some kind of, so it's not defiled. You have to give from a place of love, so it's not a defiled giving. It will be considered righteousness. Now, when you give, it has to come from a pure place. It has to come from a place of love. And this is where Isaiah calls it, not Isaiah, the book of Psalm 51, it calls it a sacrifice of righteousness. So giving is actually a sacrifice of righteousness when it's done from a place of purity. It is not defiled, and it is done not begrudgingly, but willingly. The leech has two daughters, give and give. And that is found in Proverbs 30 verse 15, that a person who is a leech has two daughters. They're never satisfied. Okay, so the way they're putting it is actually really interesting, because after it talks about a leech having two daughters, give and give, right? Never being able to be satisfied, insatiable. It continues on and says there are three things that are never satisfied, right? And then we're given four. Four never say enough. The grave, the barren womb, the earth that is not satisfied with water, and fire never says enough. So in the same, within that same passage of Proverbs 30, we're told four things are never satisfied. And this, I'm going to surmise and say that also a leech, or a person who is leeching on you, is also part of that package, which is why we then see four other examples of things, of situation and circumstances are never able to say enough. I've had enough, right? A womb that's barren, enough does not exist for it. Fire is never going to say, I've had enough of burning, I'm going to stop. No. The grave is never going to say, enough bodies are in here, you all can stop. No. And then earth, that is not satisfied with water, right, that is scorched or that needs water, that is dry, is never going to say enough, right? So a person who is insatiable, who benefits from leeching on you, would never say enough. They would never find it in the heart of hearts and say, you know what? Maybe I should start working. Maybe I should get back on my feet and do what I have to do to be what? Independent. Because they have you, and on the other hand of you being very kind and giving without boundaries, you are enabling that behavior. You are enabling their dysfunction. If you stopped helping to that extent, if you scaled it down and had a boundary set in place, they would realize, you know what? I may need more finances than what I get from this person. Let me go and actually find a job. So sometimes in our giving, using our spiritual gifts will limit the growth of other people. Sometimes when you give without boundaries, without looking at the situation, the circumstance about that person, and you know they're taking advantage of you, you are aware they are refusing to work. You've sent them job offers, you've sent them job applications, you've sent them places that you know are hiring and they've not put forth the effort to apply and seek for a job, then you are enabling them. You're not helping them, because even though they're saying no to all the jobs you sent them, they've not applied to them, they're still going to come to you when they need finances or some kind of sustenance and ask you for what? Sustenance, because they know that you're going to say yes. So in your giving, child of God, be able to set boundaries. Be able to steward what God gives you well. God has given you the gift of giving. Amazing. Give it freely, but with boundaries. Steward what you have been given with respect to God and to yourself. Okay, and also respect the other person enough to what allow them to realize they do need to be able to support themselves as adults. Now, the story that always helps me keep boundaries in place is found in Mark chapter 10. In Mark 10, we see Jesus walking among the people, and as he's walking, they came to Jericho, right? So Mark chapter 10, they're at Jericho, verse 46 all the way to verse 52, and there's a great multitude of people, and Bartimaeus, the son of Timaeus, sat on the road begging. He was a beggar, but he was blind. So when he heard all of this, he began to cry out and say, Jesus, son of David, have mercy on me. And the people around him were warning him, stop talking, stop yelling, stop being so loud. Why they're trying to mute him. Be quiet. He's already blind, but now they're trying to mute that man. But Jesus says, stand still, and commands him to be called. And they called the blind man, saying to him, be of good cheer. Hey, we tried to mute you. It didn't work. He wants to hear what you got to say. And they say to him, rise, he's calling you. Verse 50, and throwing aside his garment, he rose and came to Jesus. I truly believe that garment was a garment of forever a beggar, forever relying on other people to take care of you. That garment that he threw off is a garment of dependency on everyone, the garment of victimhood, the garment of I'm blind, I cannot help myself. Every single person has to help me. I'm at the mercy of other people. He threw off the garment, his garment. He rose and came to Jesus. 51. So Jesus answered and said, what do you want me to do for you? Now, I was like, Lord, you can see this man is blind. Why would you have to ask him, what does he want? It's obvious he wants eyesight. But God, Jesus, the Son of Man, had boundaries. He respected Bartimaeus' dignity and choice. So he says, what do you want me to do for you? The blind man said to him, Rabboni, that I may receive my sight. Very specific. I want to receive my sight. Then Jesus said to him, go your way. Your faith has made you well. And immediately he received his sight and followed Jesus on the road. But you see, he did not assume help was needed in the area of eyesight, because it could have been something else, honestly. And so that was boundaries. Christ himself, if the image of God came on this earth, walked this earth, he would ask people, what do you want? Respecting that they may not want what he thinks they want. We should do the same thing. Allow people to help themselves up. Give, but do not enable dysfunction. Do not enable victimhood. Do not enable complacency. Give from a place of purity, but please allow the other person to grow, to want better for themselves. Show them you can do better. Don't encourage victimhood. God bless you. Bye.